Theo's point of view. We talked a little, but my all attention was fixed on Jungkook. My mind was only thinking about him. I was doing all work absent-mindedly. Jin, Theong, you okay? Theong, Jin Hyang asked, and I came to my senses. Huh? Yes, I'm fine. I said, and they all smiled. I want to talk to him. I want to listen his voice. I want to see him. What's there feeling inside me? I was getting crazy for him. My heart was fluttering. Wanted to listen his voice. I was missing him so badly. I thought to call him, but I didn't have his number. Damn, what I do now? I start dividing my mind from his and start preparing lunch. My in-laws and Hyang helped me in kitchen and we were cutting vegetables when the landline phone rang. My heart stopped. My hand stopped working. I looked at the phone and they all looked at me. Before I got up, Yoongi Hyang reached the phone and picked up the call. Hello? I heard Hyang sing and then he put the receiver down. Jimin. Who was it? Young. Don't know. No one speak. Theon. My heart started beating fast. Phone again rang and again Hyang picked up the call. But no one answered. After 10 minutes we again heard the phone ringing. We all see at each other. This time Dad picked up the call. But no answer. We wait for again his call and thankfully at this time phone didn't ring. We all talked and prepared lunch. I always want his love and care, and now I was getting love and respect and care by Jungkook family. It was 12 when we complete our cooking and all went to their room. I also was going to my room when phone again rang. My heart jumped and it's ringing. I slowly walked toward the phone and took the receiver. Hello? I said. No one answered and I heard beats of relief. Jungkook, I whispered his name. So you recognize me? Missing me? He asked and I didn't answer. Theong, my heart beating and I feel him near me. Hmm? Nothing. I was holding the phone listening his breath. He was all quiet and so I was waiting, feeling each other. Jimin, who called is Thea? Jimin Hayang asked, and I immediately put the receiver down. Wrong number. I said, smiled, thinking about Jungkook. We all sat in the hall and chatted with each other. It was 2 p.m. when Jungkook entered the house. I immediately went to open the hall door, and as usual, I opened it before he could ring. Our eyes met, and everything was around us was stopped. I greeted him. He replied, looking into my eyes. He stepped in and went toward his parents and greeted them. He sat with his brother and started some chats with all served lunch, food on the table and called everyone to dining table. Everyone come but not Jungkook. Everyone sitting next to their husband and served their food while I was waiting for my husband. He didn't come. I excused myself and went to check Jungkook. He was nowhere in the hall. I went toward my room. As I entered in my room, I saw him sitting on the bed and reading a magazine. Jungkook, food is served. Everyone is waiting. Theong point of view. I said and he looked at me. Really? Who is waiting for me? He asked and I looked at him confused. Your family. Everyone is waiting. I said and he got up from the bed. I know who is waiting for me. The one who is standing in front of me now who really cares for me and can't eat without me in standing here in front of me. He sang and I was looking at him. He stepped closer to me. He stand in front of me. Thanks for being here for me. He said and I didn't understand what he is saying. They are my family, but the importance my other brothers got, I never got. I was all alone in my huge family. Cheong. He was saying and I was feeling his pain. Jungkook, you are here to call me for lunch, but none of them even noticed that I was not there with them on dining table. Theon. His life is not different from mine. We both only wished is our lives, the loves and attention of our parents. I saw his eyes getting wet and he lowered down his head. Jungkook? Theon. I said, but he didn't look at me. I went near him and put my hand on his face. He looked up and our eyes met. I saw his eyes and I felt his pain in my heart. I slightly touched his eyes and wiped the tears away from his eyes. You are not alone anymore. Come now, let's have lunch together. I said and he nodded. We both entered the hall and saw everyone finish their lunch. Miss John, Jungkook, where are you? We are waiting for you, but we were feeling hungry, so we ate our lunch. Jungkook. It's okay, mom. Theon, Jungkook said, and I looked at him. All left their room. I cleaned the table and served the food with love and care. I placed a glass of water in front of him. I sat next to him, waiting for him to start. He didn't start. Jungkook, start eating. Theon, Jungkook, start eating. I I think I have pain in hands, so I would not mind eating from your hand. There, he innocently said, and my eyes waited. Your hand is absolutely okay. Now eat by yourself. I said, and he chuckled. He didn't move to touch the food, so I fed him first spoon in rice, and then he held the spoon and started eating peacefully. I was watching him all the time. We were having lunch when your name arrived. Uppa, if you don't mind, I can share your room with Haya, she said, and Jungkook spit the water out which he was drinking. What is she saying, huh? Uppa, there is no other room left, so if you didn't mind, me and Haya can sleep together and you can sleep in the hall, she said, and I looked at Jungkook. He looked at me, and I was looking at him with the same cautions in our eyes. Theon, Jungkook, say no to her, please. Jungkook, sure. Theon point of view, he said with a fake smile on his face. We both looked at each other helplessly. Thank you, Pa, she said and went out. So, where will you sleep? I asked, and he shrugged his shoulder. Maybe on the sofa in hall, he said, and I nodded. I started biting the lips, thinking about the night. How am I supposed to sleep with him? I mean, having him next to me become my habit. He correctly said that he drained our privacy. He's not mean, okay. Jungkook point of view. My day was spent with the memories and beautiful morning. I all day smiled thinking about him. All the moments we were close to each other. When I touched him, every reaction or my action was flooded my heart. But now I was lying here all alone. I was changing my side again and again, but all in vain. Sleep was far away from me. Without Theon, I was not able to sleep. 2 more days I have to sleep like this. Really not happy. I should call him. He didn't have cell phone. Shit, I got up and sat on the sofa. I ran my hand through my hair. I was feeling so frustrated. I got up and walked toward my Theon. I lay down on the bed and saw she laying next to me on Jungkook place. I turned to other side, but sleep was far away from my eyes. I was again and again changing my set, but all in vain. I got up and looked at her sleepy face. He maybe was asleep. I should go and check. I slowly got up the bed. As I opened the door, my eyes went in. What are you doing here? Jungkook, actually, I was not feeling sleepy, so Theongrove, he's saying, and a smile craved on my lips. Jungkook, what are you doing here? He asked, and now I was in trouble. I was going to drink water. Jungkook, really? He he asked, and I nodded. Jungkook, come, he said, and held my hand and intertwined our finger. We walked out of the house. He took me to the back side of the house. There was so beautiful lawn with tiny flowers and trees. I never saw this side of the house. I smiled looking at the flowers. I was looking at the flowers and two arms wrapped around my waist and started tickling. I laughed and immediately turned and my head hit with his head. I saw him looking at me. I smiled and he smiled. He pulled me in his embrace. I tried to move and free myself from his embrace, but he pulled me more closer and made me gasp and tried it in his hold on me. Jungkook, what are I was saying when his hand touched my lips. He leaned toward me and kissed my forehead, leaving me all shut. Thanks up and or else I didn't care about anything. I smiled and he kept his forehead on mine. His nearness was making my heart crazy. I felt his hand touching my hair. My breath were getting uneven. I was breathing heavily. He touched his nose with mine. He tightly his grip around me. A groan exhaled from my lips. Jungkook, I said, and he kissed my forehead. And he leaned on my eyes and kissed them. He touched was so sensuous, make me crazy. He kissed my cheek. I held his shirt tightly. He leaned toward my jawline and kissed sweetly, sending sensation in my body. He kissed my cheeks once again. My eyes was closed. He touched his cheeks with mine and pulled me. I was now standing on my tiptoe. His cheeks were touching mine. He slowly whispered in my ear, never, never leave me. he said, and I closed my hold on his shirt. I will not. I whispered, and he pulled me more closer, and we hugged each other. Then I was feeling his breath on my neck, sending sensation in my body. My arms were wrapped around his shoulder. His shoulder was tight around my waist. I was I never leave you, Jungkook, I whispered, and he hugged me tightly when burning in his face on my neck. I gasped on our such intention nearness. We were lost in each other's arms when his phone rang. I opened my eyes and come to my sense. We slowly broke our embrace and looked at each other. I was feeling shy all of the sudden. I looked down and two steps back. He was also not looking at me. He got the call and was now standing all quiet. Why he's so quiet? Should I talk to him? I think we should go inside, Jungkook said, and I nodded. We both started walking toward inside. None of us is talking. We both were walking together. My heart was still humping inside my chest. I was feeling my whole body shaken. It merely 2 to 5 minutes that I come to my room, but my heart was again complaining me to him. I want to see him. I changed my side in order to divert my mind, but all I got was the desire to see him. After one hour, I got up and complete by my heart. I took a blanket and come out of the room. I slowly walked toward the hall where Jungkook was sleeping. There, I reached in the hall and went near his sofa where he was sleeping. His eyes were closed. He was in deep sleep. I slowly put the blanket on him and leaned toward him. I slowly touched his face. I couldn't resist that urge of kiss him. I leaned toward his forehead and kissed him. I smiled, looked at him, and got up from the sofa when I turned to go. But when after all that happened in lawn, I came to sleep on sofa, but sleep was far away from my eyes. I was still feeling myself in those moments which I got few minutes ago. My mind was recalling that all the beautiful moments with Theong making me smile. First time we hugged each other with so much passion. I smiled thinking about our hug. I recalled these kisses with we shared. I closed my eyes but was recalling all the moment I spent with him. Suddenly I heard some voice. I didn't open my eyes. It was there. I know. I could feel him near me. He put some maybe blanket on me and sat near on me sofa. My heart started beating fast. He touched my face, my eyes, and my hairs, and all I felt his lips on my forehead. He was sweetly kissed on my forehead, and my heart was drumming. The body make me. I can't hold his